La prosoketemo shiprakoseketemo siketelebo sikata. Japrokoseketemo seketa. Leketelebo shiketemo sikata. Jeprakoseketemo sikata. Moshiprakoseketa. Leprakoseketemo sikata. Jeprakoseketa. Moseprakoseketa. Shiprakoseketemo sita. Jiprakoseketa. Leprakoseketemo sikata. Brosokotemo sikata. Jeprakosikata. Librosoketemo sita. Jemosoketemo soketa. Librosoketemo sita. Jiprakosiketemo sita. Lamozeprakoseketa. Jeprakoseketemo sita. Jeprakoseketa. Lekotelebo soketa. Jeprakoseketemo sita. Japrokoseketa. Leketemo seketa. Jeprakoseketa. Reketemo soketa. Moseketa lebo soketa. Japrokoseketa. Jiprakoseketa. Lakotelebo soketa. Jakotelebo sikata. Mosiprakosita. Let's take our seats. Welcome once again to the fifth segment, and I'm praying that those that have been following this teaching session, the project of salvation, you have been blessed by the Almighty Lord. You have been given the hope, you have been given the wisdom, you have been given the energy to understand the presentation series and the teachings inside this presentation. In part 5 of the project of salvation, let us go to the book of Luke chapter 19 verse 12. Luke chapter 19 verse 12. And Jesus said, therefore, a certain nobleman went into a faraway country to receive for himself a kingdom and to return. This man that went away to a faraway country, he is a man that went away because he was a businessman. Sometimes when a businessman has grown very big, he wants to relocate from where he is. And he leaves companies that are supposed to be running in his name, yet he leaves those that are supposed to lead those businesses. This is what happens when you become an influential business personality. You have built businesses in a city or in a nation, and when you go and relocate to expand those businesses in another nation, but you need certain individuals that are trusted to remain as the directors of those branches. And he called his 10 servants and delivered them 10 pounds and said unto them, occupy till I come. But his citizens hated him and sent a message after him saying, we will not have this man to reign over us. And it came to pass that when he was returned, having received the kingdom, he commanded these servants to be called up to him, to whom he had given money, that he might know how much money every man is gained by trading. Now, I need you to understand something. This man that is being described by scriptures represents the Father. This was a parable in heaven. And the Father that has been represented in heaven is the one that is being represented as the owner of the businesses or the owner of the project, the entrepreneurship program. There is a project that this man wanted to continue, but the way that he wanted to continue it is that he needed servants that were profitable. And the servants that he needed that were profitable, he elected 3 servants. And these servants that he elected, 3 of them, he gave them different capacities to run cities. It means that this was a business of properties, buying and selling properties. After they were given these cities to trade in properties, he gave them not equal shares. It means one was given 3 cities and the other was given 2 cities and the other was given 1 city. The problem began by the one that was given 1 city, just like it is a problem with the one that gives little inside the house of God. Just like it's a problem when you have one that does not earn much and it does not give much. I want you to notice what I'm saying. The people that are not giving much, look at their financial life. And look at the people that are giving much. I thought that the people that are giving much, they were supposed to be broke by now. Do you know why? Because they've given much. So why are they not getting broke? I've been studying this. The people that give much every time, they are supposed to be broke by now because they've given much. And the people that are saving and they don't want to give, why is it that their pockets are not being fattened? Where is their money going? If they are not giving, where is their money going? And they become stingy to the level that they don't give, but at the same time, they earn. And whilst they are earning, you look at even the way that they are dressing. It's not mockery. Why? Because I thought that all this time when they were not giving, they were supposed to be developing themselves. Why? Because a person that does not give appears to be very wise. Do you know why? You think that they are doing something else productive with the money. While the others are giving thousands, while others are giving hundreds, a person that does not give, you think maybe they are building a mansion somewhere. Yes, a person that is not giving, you believe that money they are saving, I think they are building a mansion somewhere. Only to realize that the ones that are giving are the ones that are building mansions. I hope someone has understood what I'm saying. There was 170 that was just given a coin. There was 170 that was not earning much. There was 170 that was given one seat. And it came to pass that when the owner of these cities, when he had returned, having received the kingdoms, then he commanded these servants to be called unto him, to whom he had given the money, that he might know how much every man had gained by trading. Then came first saying, Lord, thy pound hath gained 10 pounds. I want you to know that the profit in every man that gives is inside the profit that he makes. I'll repeat this. The profit inside every man that gives is in the profit of how much money that man makes. People that don't earn much money, they don't give much money. Why? Because it is not in them to make much money. Had it been in them to make much money, you would see even the way they give when they are broke, they give much money. I've come across people that are good at giving. Even when they are broke, they will say, this is the liquid that I have. And when they are saying, this is the liquid that I have, they are giving you 100 US. This is the liquid. I had a bad day today in the office and they're giving you 100 US dollars. It's just for a drink. I'm very sorry for disappointing you. Get this 100 US. Now, then came the first, who was given 1 pound and gained 10 pounds, and he said unto him, well, good servant, because you have been faithful in very little, you shall have authority over 10 cities. Do you hear that? Because you have been faithful to the little things, now you shall have authority over 10 cities. God did not say you shall have authority over big things because you deserve. No, you have been faithful. Like God knows, who only had $30 and said, I'm going to give the whole $30 that I have. He must not remain broke. That is my word. Why should he remain broke? Those that are supposed to remain broke are those that don't assist the project. If you ask me right now, Revelator, who are the people that you wish, you pray that they become rich? The people that are profitable to the project of salvation. The people that are profitable to the projects in the church. They are not supposed to get broke. Why do you expect me to have sleepless nights praying and fasting for people that will go and spend money with their families and relatives? Does it profit the ministry? No. I will not even waste an inch of a second praying for such people. Let them get their prayers from their ancestors. Then came the first saying, Lord, thy pound has gained 10 pounds. And he said unto him, well, You good servant, because you have been faithful in very little, shall have authority over 10 cities. And the second one came saying, Lord, your pound has gained 5. And he said likewise to him, you shall also have authority over 5 cities. You see this? The first one was given a pound and he made 10 cities. And the pound is representing the transactions that were made, and he earned 10 more cities. Probably he brought 10 more houses, and they were selling estates, or they were selling lands. They were into properties. When the master came back, he realized that this one has made 10 cities. He has opened 10 more companies. And he realized that this one, at his level, he has made 5. There's nothing wrong with that. You cannot be operating at the same level. Then there is one that I'm now going to touch on. There is one. You already know him. And another came saying, Lord, behold, here is your pound. I have kept it whilst you were away, and I've kept it laid inside a napkin. For I feared, because you are an austere man. It means you are an unfair man. You are a corrupt man. Start hearing the excuses of people that don't want to work. Start hearing the excuses of people that don't want to be part of projects. Even if you give them whatever you give them, they always have an excuse of explaining why they failed. A person that is not a giver, you give them a capital right now, thinking that they will make profit. They will start complaining about the economy. I'm telling you, this economy is very hard. Things are very bad. A person that is not profitable, even inside the house of the Lord, I'm telling you, they will not even lift up a nickel to do anything. They've got complaints and excuses why they are not doing anything. This man was given the same amount of capital to expand, but he was not profitable. Rather, he took that pound and he laid it in a napkin and he dug it and said, this man is trying to make profit out of us. Said, this Revelator is trying to make profit out of us. Does he know that we spend the whole day working? And he just comes online with these so-called administrators trying to cause us to fork out money. He said, Lord, I've laid it up in a napkin, for I feared that you're an austere man. You take up what you did not lay down. It means he's trying to say you reap what you did not sow. He's simply trying to say, why least we were working there? A person that is complaining, there is not even a person that is working. The people that are not giving right now, there are people that are not even hardworking. There are people that speak too much. Right now, if you find anyone that complains about giving, look at their life. Anyone that complains about giving, anyone that is a critic, look at their life financially. And he said unto him, out of thine own mouth will I judge you, you wicked servant. He was defined as a wicked servant. Can you imagine? Where is his wickedness? I thought that wickedness has something to do with committing sin, fornication, adultery. Wickedness is when you are not profitable. Wickedness is when you complain and you don't want to make profit. The wickedness, such wickedness, when it enters a woman that doesn't want to work, all she does is getting pregnant from one man to the other, from one man to the other. And if you ask her, why are you doing this? She has got one excuse. All the men that I met, they cannot take care of me. Why? Because her failure to make profit inside her life, she does not take responsibility. She blames it to anyone that is around. You knew that I was an austere man, taking up that I did not lay down. Wherefore, why didn't you give my money into the bank, so that in my coming at least I would have found that money with profit? This is the voice that is coming from heaven. This is a parable. This parable is about souls that have been planted here on earth that are worshiping God. And this is now judgment hour. The master has come back and is asking for profits. And they are saying, we did not have time to pray. We did not have time to fast. We did not win souls. We were not part of the projects. I gave you a mouth to speak. I gave you work. I gave you hands to work. Surely, if we were people that only think of spiritual things, then we would not have connected people to get jobs. Then we will not be praying for you even for material things like passports. Then we will not be praying for you so that your projects, your own projects, your own personal businesses, they expand. If salvation is all about just your soul here on earth, why then were you given this boat? This man was very selfish. The only thing that God gave him, he kept it and he never used it. And he was complaining. He was rather complaining that those that you sent, he was rather complaining that God wants to steal from him, in the same way that you complain when you're told to give. Do you know that when the church is asking you for something, it has entrusted itself, it has entrusted you that in whatever you are given, you are now making profit. But you want to give the church an assumption. You want to give a church an impression. You want to give the church an impression that you are broke, yet you are making money. So the master is asking, why then didn't you put the money in the bank at my coming? And he said unto them, take from him that pound and give it to him that has got 10 pounds. The little that he had, it was taken from his hand, and it was given to someone that had more profit. This is why you can have one person that can book a flight, host you, and win souls, and do all those jobs single-handed. When that 1 pound that you cannot use can be taken away from you and given to the one that is more profitable. This is why when it comes to projects, we don't need a list of 100 people. We just need at least 20 or 15. Yet if you get into our platforms, we have got 400 to 500 people. So if we have 20 people that have given, what about the rest? What about the rest 320 and the others? They're just like this servant. They're complaining about the system. Even if you send videos of progress, there will be part of those people that will be saying our money, but they never put it all. This is our money. You see? Now they are at this stage. This is our money. This is our money. Do you know that? Listen to me. And then Jesus says, in my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I'll come again. Jesus talking about the mansions where in heaven. Some of you think that in heaven there is nothing to do with houses. Yet Jesus is saying, in my Father's house there are many mansions. In his house there are many mansions. And you're folding your hands here on earth saying, my time to go to heaven where I'll find rest will come. You'll be renting in heaven again. I'm telling you. You'll be renting. And there will be an angel that will be coming and saying, when did you check in?
My money for it.
You're playing with the projects. You think the heaven is joking when he's talking about mansions? In my Father's house, there are mansions. And in that mansions, there are bigger rooms and smaller rooms. And there are souls that are there. There are souls that are renting bigger rooms. Who are those souls that are renting, have bigger rooms? They are the ones that were participating in the projects of salvation here on earth. They are the ones that were putting more profit. Who lied to you that when we get in heaven, we are going to be the same? The same level where you are operating right now, be careful. I'm warning you. Check your level. Check your level right now. It might be the same setup in heaven. I'm telling you. To prove what I'm saying. I prayed for disciples last week here. And there were manifestations. And people ascended. And after people ascended, was one of you not told, go back, at the back? The level at which you work for God here, you are investing. You are investing. You are investing. This is why the scripture says, do not lay your treasures here. It's talking about the bank up here. Some of you think that you are very wise by not participating in a project down here. You will see how broke you become when you get there. You surely go to heaven because you are righteous. But when it comes to a better place in that mansion, you will be downstairs. I heard him complaining that when people are flashing upstairs, all the debt will be coming down. And I was asking, why don't you just look for a room upstairs? Same story when you go there. You don't want to live downstairs. People think that when you get in heaven, we are all going to be equal. Stop lying to yourself. You think you're going to be like the generals that worked for God here. You think you're going to be like Peter. You think even if I go to heaven right now in the realms, you think I'm going to be at the same level with John the Revelator. Stop lying to yourself. Start working for your level now. And how do you work for your level? Be part of this project in the ascension room. Let's stand up. Lakotelebo shekete mosiketa, jeprako sekete mosita, maseketelebo soketa, jeprako sekete mosiketa, mazeketelebo soketa, jakotelebo soketa, jeprako seketelebo sikata, maseketelebo soketa, shiprako sekete mosikata, maseketebo soketa, masiketelebo sokata. In Jesus' mighty name.